What if I told you one of the biggest trades in the NBA isn't being stopped because of basketball, but because of an investigation worth millions of dollars?
How many f***ing side deals have we made with Kawhi?
At the heart of this investigation are Joe Sandberg and Aspiration. We did not funnel money to Kawhi Leonard through Aspiration. Like many sophisticated investors, financial institutions, and business partners, we were victims of a fraud initiated by Sandberg, who has been convicted and sentenced to 14 years in prison.
What if the NBA believed there could be more of Kawhi Leonard's move to the Clippers than anyone realized? And what if that investigation is now threatened to derail his next chapter with the Toronto Raptors? This isn't just another trade rumor. This is a story involving a secret endorsement deal, league investigators, salary cap questions, and a franchise that doesn't want to inherit a potential disaster. If these allegations are proven true, the consequences could stretch far beyond Kawhi Leonard. So what exactly happened, and why has Toronto hit the brakes on bringing back the player who delivered the greatest championship in franchise history? Let's break it all down. Kawhi Leonard's name has always been surrounded by mystery. He rarely speaks publicly.
I'm a fun guy. Obviously, I love the game of basketball. I mean, there's just more questions you have to ask me in order for me to tell you about myself. I just can't give you a whole spiel. I don't even know where you're sitting at.
Days out of the spotlight, and he let his game do the talking. But this time, the headlines aren't about his defense, his championships, or his quiet personality. They're about an NBA investigation. Reports indicate that a proposed trade sending Leonard to the Toronto Raptors have been paused while the league reviews allegations tied to his original decision to sign with the Los Angeles Clippers.
Reporting that the Clippers circumvented the NBA salary cap by arranging a no-show job for Kawhi Leonard back in 2022.
When Steve Ballmer came and had that interview with Ramona Shelburne, he had plausible deniability.
Was there an exception made in terms of our relationship with Aspiration? Absolutely not.
Vice chairman of the Clippers made an independent decision to invest in Aspiration 9 days before Kawhi Leonard got paid when no one else was getting paid.
How broad do your powers extend as far as penalties you can assess to the Clippers, to Kawhi Leonard?
I have very broad powers in these situations.
They have agreed to trade Kawhi Leonard to the Raptors. That was what Shams reported back on June 30th, but less than 2 weeks after that, the teams announced that the trade would be on hold until the league completed the investigation. And then a week after that, that is when Commissioner Adam Silver said that he wanted the investigation completed before the start of the 2026-2027 season.
At the center of the investigation is a reported $28 million endorsement agreement involving a company with business connections to the Clippers. League officials are examining whether that agreement was simply a legitimate business deal or whether it may have been used to provide Leonard with additional compensation outside NBA rules. It's important to note that these are allegations under investigation. Neither Kawhi Leonard nor the Clippers have been found to have violated league rules, and both have denied wrongdoing. Still, the investigation has created uncertainty.
Zaz, so he can just do whatever he wants whenever he wants? When I'm reading, Zaz, when I'm reading this story, am I reading something wrong? When it is said in the story that one of the problems with punishment on the Clippers is that Ballmer has to agree to the punishment. That Ballmer has to be sort of, if he doesn't agree, what's going to happen after that is Ballmer's going to be fighting your league And do you want that? And they clearly don't want that.
So why is Toronto waiting for this investigation to unfold before pursuing the trade? Imagine you're the Raptors. You finally have an opportunity to reunite with the player who brought your city its first NBA championship. But before the trade becomes official, the NBA tells you the investigation isn't over. Now you have a choice: complete the trade anyway, or wait until you know whether any league action could follow. According to reports, Toronto has chosen to wait. From a business perspective, it makes sense. No organization wants to acquire a player only to discover weeks later that league discipline could impact his availability or contract situation.
Kawhi Leonard could be on the Clippers to start the season?
Yes. It sounds crazy after a trade like this, and this was the Toronto Raptors being given a choice of, are you willing to assume the risks of something happening with Kawhi Leonard after the investigation is completed? And they are not willing to assume those risks. And so if they're not, then we get to the end of the summer, and there's not a resolution here, and there's nobody from the NBA who could say with 100% certainty that there won't be any fallout for Kawhi Leonard specifically. Then it's up to the Raptors. And I understand that because we just saw what happened with the Miami Heat and Terry Rozier.
But right now, nobody outside the NBA knows how this investigation will end. Several possibilities exist. The league could determine that no rules were broken, allowing the trade to move forward. Or investigators could conclude that violations occurred, which could lead to penalties depending on what they find. Until then, everything remains uncertain. So what do this mean for Kawhi Leonard's legacy? Kawhi Leonard's basketball resume is already secure. He's an NBA champion. He has a Finals MVP. He's one of the greatest two-way players of his generation. But investigations like this can affect how fans remember a player. That's why it's important to separate facts from speculation. The investigation is ongoing, and everyone involved deserves the opportunity for the facts to come out before judgments are made. But whether this trade eventually happens or falls apart completely, one thing is certain. The NBA world will be watching every update, because this isn't just about Kawhi Leonard. It's about how the league protects competitive balance, enforces its rules, and handles one of the biggest names in basketball. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Toronto made the right decision by waiting, or should they have completed the trade anyway? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more sports documentaries, breaking news, and in-depth analysis, make sure you subscribe, leave a like, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story. And as always, I appreciate you for tuning in, and I'll catch you at the next one. It's your boy Dizzle. I'm out. Peace.
I don't even know where you're sitting at.